came to Sweden for doing my master's in embedded and intelligence systems at Halmstad University in 2017, and been living in Sweden since then. At present, I'm working as a product owner and as a data engineer for the predictive maintenance team in for VOLVO trucks. Actually, I got this job like when I was before even like I got the final semester. It's basically I signed a contract with them, saying that like I'll be starting my work 8 months from the date I wanted to join. It's because I mean, like when you are in third semester, like you'll get to know like which track you are, and I think like that's the right time, like when you have to start applying for your jobs. It's because like unlike India, like you don't have this in-house job offers or something like that. What do they call a campus interview or as such? So here, like you just get to make use of the job fair that we have in the university like once a while, and then like when you know like this is the field that you wanted to, like you just need to like throw the ball in all the directions.
So how good is the work-life balance in Sweden?
It's very good, so that's why I'm hesitating to come back to India. Like I'm actually debating if I have to like jump somewhere, but then like because of like um I mean like I didn't have any experience of working back in India, and then like after seeing how my friends and my parents work, so that's why like I'm questioning myself if that's a good way or it's a good time to jump over there. I mean, like here, like it's just like 40 hours of work, and even if I work on weekends or work extra time, I get compensated, and I'm allowed to take vacation whenever I want. It's not like I'm kind of dependent on my higher manager approving my leave, or like asking permission whenever I want. I mean, you have like exact. I mean, like you do have a life after work. Like that's the policy that these guys follow.
Sir, I am an average student. Can I cope up in Europe? This is what they ask. So what you would like to tell those students?
If they're like really interested into this field, and if that is something like they wanted to like actually pursue, then probably like they will kind of like work hard and maybe like complete it soon. So it doesn't matter like if you're average or not, like until like you have a really keen interest in the field that you're pursuing. So it doesn't matter like how you were.
Hello everybody, welcome all of you. My name is Shivaraman, Director of Europe Study Center. As you would have seen our YouTube channel, we are doing constantly a lot of interviews with all our successful students, which we have sent across many years. Today, we are going to interview Monisha, who studied in Sweden and currently working for VOLVO. Monisha, welcome to the show.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and for taking time out and spending the next few hours, 1 hour maybe, to enlighten audience with your journey. So kindly introduce yourself to our audience.
So hi, I'm Monisha. I did my bachelor's in E&I in St. Joseph College of Engineering. I graduated in 2017, and then like I came to Sweden for doing my master's in embedded and intelligence systems at Halmstad University in 2017, and been living in Sweden since then. At present, I'm working as a product owner and as a data engineer for the predictive maintenance team in for VOLVO trucks.
Wonderful. So we have a lot of questions to ask you basically. To start with, at what moment you decided to plan for your master's? Because I could see your LinkedIn profile, everything was continuous. You finished your bachelor's, immediately started your master's, and immediately started working, which we would ideally, recommend all the students. So at what moment you decided, you wanted to do a master's?
It all happened just that. I mean, like I didn't have like any plan or per se, but then like before even doing my bachelor's, like I had a vision that I wanted to pursue my master's somewhere, but then like everything fell into place, um, as such.
Okay. But you may say you have not planned, but when we looked at your LinkedIn profile, everything was like pre-planned, meaning, or you had that thought process in your mind, thinking that
Yeah,
you are doing
I
your master.
always had the vision of doing masters abroad, but then like it's just that like I didn't know like if that was the right time. But then yeah, like as I said, like everything just fell at the right
Super,
time and at the right moment. Yeah.
super. Right from, I guess, like at least 6-7 years, currently you are in Sweden. So without you, liking that particular country, you will not be spending so much time there. Before we get to those aspects, before you applied for your masters? Were you looking at some other countries, or you were looking only at European countries?
No, I was looking at Singapore as well in bio instrumentation, but then like that had a criteria of like a work experience of a year. So that's why like I thought like that's not an valid option at that moment. So I jumped to Europe.
Okay, Europe. So then how did you find us? How did you find Europe Study Center?
Actually, it was my mom who did the
Okay.
work. So
Did
I think
she,
like she
mom?
just got her recommendation from her colleagues, and
Okay,
that's how like we came to this consultancy.
wonderful. So which all countries you had in your mind before you were zeroing on Sweden?
I had Netherlands as well, and
Okay,
then like I had Sweden and Germany. But at that time, like since the German language was compulsory, so I excluded that as well. Like since I was running out of time to learn a language and to master it, so I was just focusing only on Netherlands and Sweden.
Netherlands and Sweden were your prime options. So
Mm.
what university you did your masters, and what program? You already told in the intro, but one more
Yeah,
time for the audience here.
I did my master's in embedded and intelligent systems at Halmstad. But then, basically, like after a year, you have to choose your specialization if you wanted to graduate in embedded or intelligent systems. Intelligent systems are nothing but machine learning, AI, computer vision, image analysis, like all those buzzwords. Whereas the embedded is like pure electrical microprocessors, like typically like what we study in Triple EC or E&I back in India.
Yeah,
So at that time, like I went with the IT field. It's because like I mean in Sweden it's a automotive hub. So I thought like that would be a wiser option. And also all my friends chose that field. So I thought I have to um, stick to that.
wonderful. Your course had both the tracks, so you can choose whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
I also did Triple E back home in
Mm.
India, and also my masters in Sweden. So this question I wanted to ask you: the first semester would have been really challenging, or you would have to make a lot of changes in your learning pattern. So what was the aspects? What changes you made to your learning pattern to be successful in your studies in Sweden?
Actually, I don't recall like what aspects I changed. It's because it's been like
Quite
few
long.
years since I graduated. But then like it wasn't just first year, the entire 2 years, like it was very tough. I mean, it wasn't as easy like as we think. Definitely like it's complete different shift like what we used to study in India. And also like and here like the examinations are not something that you can just by heart and then like go and write it, but rather like you need to know everything by heart. And you also like you need to take your time to understand the foundation and basics. Not everything will be taught by the professor.
So
and,
more
and
of
and also like more of a like practical oriented, like it's not just theoretical, but I would say like here the weightage is given only to the practical aspect.
So you mean to say we cannot memorize and clear examinations? We have to only understand and clear the examinations.
Yeah, I think so, yeah, from my experience, yes.
Exactly. So that is why I asked you, what sort of shift you made in your learning pattern, because the same learning pattern which we use back home in India, we cannot apply it here because it just
That is
doesn't work.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So in general, the professors, how helpful they were to you during your studies?
I mean, like, if you had like any queries and questions, like, probably like you can just mail them and talk to them whenever you want. But then, like, I would say, like, more than depending on the professor, like, you just need to like focus on like where your flaws are, and based on that, like, you need to like try to understand on your own. If that's not working, then like going to the professor is the last resort. Probably like they will guide you like with a proper roadmap and stuff, recommend you some books that you can get it from the local library or download it from the internet. But then apart from that, like I think like it's on your own.
On your own. So a lot of self-learning, and whichever topics which we are not familiar with, when we need those topics at the PG level, so it's kind of
Mm.
learning parallelly and also learning the topics at PG level, right? Both the
Yeah,
aspects.
yeah,
We have
yeah,
missed learning in undergraduation, I mean.
yes.
Okay, so that's why you said in the beginning of this interview, it was really challenging. It is not that easy. This also I want to tell to the audience basically that is it's not impossible as such. Meaning they have to put in a lot of efforts, especially courses related to robotics or embedded system, meaning electronics or informatics. It takes more efforts compared to a management degree or any other degrees basically. So when it comes to the final year project, so it was in-house or you did it elsewhere? How was it basically?
No, I chose a thesis to be in-house.
In-house.
Yeah, I think like it's because like getting internship or as such, like doing a bit with a outside college is a bit challenging at that, or it was challenging at that time.
Mhm.
So and then like since I had like a good bond with few professors, like which I was comfortable with, so like I decided to do with them.
Super, super. Because the bonding with the professor is very important for us to have a master thesis being successfully completed and especially within time,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, I
yeah,
saw your LinkedIn profile, and as a student who also studied in Sweden, to finish the degree on time is the most important factor. So, as you rightly pointed out, it was your decision to do it in house so that you finish the course on time. So now coming to your professional life after your academics.
mm.
So when did you start applying for your jobs? It was during your
Uh,
final semester or after
no,
your studies?
actually, I got this job like when I was before even like I got the final semester. It's basically I signed a contract with them, saying that like I'll be starting my work 8 months from the date I wanted to join. It's because I mean, like when you are in third semester, like you'll get to know like which track you are, and I think like that's the right time, like when you have to start applying for your jobs. It's because like unlike India, like you don't have this in-house job offers or something like that. What do they call a campus interview or as such? So here, like you just get to make use of the job fair that we have in the university like once a while, and then like when you know like this is the field that you wanted to, like you just need to like throw the ball in all the directions. Since I mean like as soon as I know um which thesis like I'll or which topic like I'll be working with, and that's when I started looking for jobs, and unfortunately I was able to secure it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So basically, once you decided your specialization, you started applying for jobs, and fortunately, you got
Yeah,
one and you fixed it up so that you can
yeah,
join after 8 months. Very smart.
yeah, yeah.
That's why at the beginning of the interview, I said all your activities were very sequential, no gaps whatsoever. That's why I asked this particular question. So then you shifted to your second job, I guess,
Mm,
few
mm,
months
yeah,
before or a year before
yeah.
to the current
Uh,
job that
to
you're doing right now.
2 years before, yeah. Initially, I was working as a developer, but for Volvo. But then that was as a consultant, and then like I was looking for a job that is kind of related to what I specialized in my masters, that is machine learning and predictive maintenance. So like I used my graduation and my previous experience, and that's how I landed in the current job.
Wonderful. That is your first job to your job at
Mm.
Volvo right now.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
your designation at Volvo right now. Like I read it like data
Uh,
engineer. Or,
I work as a product owner and as a data engineer. So basically, product owner is nothing but a team lead. So it's like 50% management and 50% technical. It's like a dual role.
okay, okay, okay. So it's all the continuation of what you have studied, basically.
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
It's wonderful, excellent. So as you know, in India currently, you would have surely read some articles about this. Work-life balance is a very big debate currently going on. So how
Yeah.
good is the work-life balance in Sweden?
It's very good. So that's why I'm hesitating to come back to India. Like I'm actually debating if I have to like jump somewhere, but then like because of like, um, I mean like I didn't have any experience of working back in India. And then like after seeing how my friends and my parents work, so that's why like I'm questioning myself. That's a good way or it's a good time to jump over there. I mean like here like it's just like 40 hours of work, and even if I work on weekends or work extra time, I get compensated, and I'm allowed to take vacation whenever I want. It's not like I'm kind of dependent on my higher manager approving my leave, or like asking permission whenever I want. I mean, you have like exact. I mean, like you do have a life after work. Like that's the policy that these guys follow.
Wonderful, wonderful. That gives you a lot of comfort, right? And also a
Yeah,
great mental health, which will help us to be very creative and very fresh in our minds to complete the tasks on time. What do you say about that?
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like here, like you don't get a pressure of like doing this task like as soon as possible. Like, like you can take your time, but at the same time, uh, I mean, like if you're able to complete it beforehand, then like the time is yours. You can use that time to upskill yourself, join a course, attend some kind of like technical debate, and you can just upskill your resume. Like that's the time that you can pour into it.
Exactly. It's a very important point, especially see these interviews that we document is especially for the young minds. As you rightly
Mhm.
pointed out, you're working for VOLVO, which is a world renowned company, but still, Monisha is taking all the efforts to upskill, which when the work-life balance is not there back home in India, in majority of the cases, where will they even upskill, right? There is
Mhm.
no such possibility to upskill. And in a dynamically evolving environment, we have to upskill to be, uh, on top of our game. So I don't know, Monisha, if you know this particular factor or not. 95% of all engineering courses in Tamil Nadu, what students study right now, is only data science, data analytics,
Yeah.
machine learning,
Yeah.
and cyber security. So when I am visiting all these, see, I'm not against these courses at all, but people have started to think only these courses are going to get them an employment.
No, no,
And
it's not that.
exactly. So I wanted you to throw some light on that, because when I travel to all these top colleges, I ask them, where are mechanical students? Where are electrical students? Where are biomedical students? Where are food technology? Where are biotechnology? In even in top colleges, Monisha, these departments are closed. So please enlighten the students, you being a successful, you know, in your particular domain, in data or whichever parameter, to tell the students basically to study what they like and be the best in it. And these courses are not the only courses which will give them an employment, please.
I would say like it's a huge bummer that like people are shifting to like data, the cyber security, and all um, uh, the trends that's been happening for a year now. But then like I usually say to my brother that like as long as we have people in this world, food, fashion, and then basic construction, or the civil engineering, it's because you need shelter, food, and then like clothes to wear. So like these are the three domain that people actually need to like explore more. But when you take a car or a truck in general, it's not only like data or the cyber security, like that's just a part of it. But then the mechanical plays an important role. It's because like they have to design the architecture and stuff within the truck. And the same time, like we need electrical. It's because like they are the another main purpose, like which drives a factor. So like data and cybersecurity, yes, it is important. I mean, it's on trend because like back then, like people, we had like no idea like what we wanted to explore. So certain percent of the people, like they were just like striving for it. But now, like if the entire population is striving for it, then what will happen to the mechanical, electrical, construction, and other work? I mean, the civil engineering. So I think like
Exactly.
everything like plays a part. Like everything. I mean, if everything puts together, like that's what the end outcome. If not, like I would say obviously like there will be imbalance between the various field, and that's not like what I guess the world wants.
As you rightly used the word, Monisha, imbalance. This is what it has created right now. And all these colleges also, promote these courses only, telling people only these courses are going to give them an employment. As she rightly pointed out, as long as humanity is there, whether it's psychology or microbiology or any particular course which you are interested, please study. Put your heart, mind, and soul into that particular course. You are going to find your opportunities. And that's the right word, Monisha. Complete imbalance. I'm really, frightened. 100
Mm.
students coming into my offices every week, for example, 90% are only these courses.
It's because like people are getting easily influenced by the website, like from Instagram or from their cousins, like who think
Exactly.
they were successful in their domain, so they assume that like now, even if I kind of like follow their path, like even I'll be able to land successfully in a job or as such. But that's not the case at all.
Yes. And what happens here is, which I would like to say this right now, all the top colleges, with all the due respect to them, if a college, if they have 10,000 students, okay, at least 3 or 4 students will be super brilliant, whether
Mm,
they teach properly at the university or not, and they will of course get very high packages by the end of
mm,
their studies. Okay, their photos are being put in the flux board. Okay, he
yeah.
studied data science, he studied cyber security, and parents start to think these 0.5 percentage what these students
Mm,
get, everybody is going
mm,
to get. This is kind of
mm,
a
yeah.
misconception. And
Okay.
since the supply and demand ratio has completely shifted,
Mm,
the companies have also started to reduce their packages because the supply is more compared to the
mm,
demand.
mm,
So, as you were rightly advising your brother, people should look at all possible departments where they are key, basically.
mm.
Yeah. So, during your study time, you usually, you also take help from your PhD seniors, or all access only towards the professor, or you also interact with your classmates.
Mm.
For example, if you have some doubts.
We I was very fortunate that like I got like really good friends at the university. So like we just formed as a clan, and whatever we did, like we studied together. It's because, like as you said, like um, I mean, like we always have a misconception that like master is bit easier, and then like it should be like a piece of cake to everyone. But then like it was not the case at all. So with this like proper group of friends that I made, like we whatever like we did, we shared the work, and we were and we learned from each other. So that's how like all of us we were able to graduate together at the same time.
Kind of a teamwork also, right? We
Yeah,
complement each
yeah,
other. You may be really good at one
exactly,
subject. There will be a guy from a
exactly,
different country who is good at the other
mm,
subjects. So
exactly.
joining together and
So like,
studying solves a lot of
yeah.
problems. Yeah, please.
Like I would say this to my team that like rather than a brain, like two or three brains, like it's very essential. It eases everyone's work. So I would say like um, I mean like some people are a bit hesitant to do this teamwork, but then like teamwork is the really key, like where you need to do, so you can just pass out your knowledge and learn from others. So that actually like eases everyone's work.
Exactly. And this teamwork concept also carries
Mm.
forward to our professional life. You cannot work
Yeah,
alone.
it is.
You have to
Yeah,
work
it
with
is.
team, top
Mm,
management, mid-level management,
mm,
many parameters. So I would
mm.
like to tell you, I would like you to say some key parameters for an student who is planning for his masters in electronics or something related to computer science. What mindset they should come to Europe, what they should expect and what they should not expect.
Expectations, I would say it's going to be a bit hard. So like they need to come up with with no expectations, like just work hard, and then like even if they shouldn't uh, feel disappointed if they're not able to secure a job, but it's because there are like plenty of job opportunities like outside Europe as well. So like with the field that they have, like they should be able to like find a job very easily. So it's because like many juniors that I've seen here, like they are kind of like focused either on the part-time job to you know to reduce the burden of their parents, and at the same time like they are not open to like with this like cross-functional communication amongst the uh, group or as such. I mean, like they shouldn't just come up with a time plan that like they have to graduate within 2 years and they have to like secure a job immediately after that. It's fine to have a delay. It's because like now they do have laws where like you can extend your um, education visa, like if things doesn't go the way, and even after that like I guess they're giving a 1 year work permit, like work search visa, I guess,
Yeah.
which you can use to like find a job. So I guess like like even if things doesn't go according to the time plan, like they have to just chill, but at the same time like they have to come up with a plan B soon. Like they shouldn't just get disappointed And then like especially like not compare their performance with another guy or a girl like who recently got graduated. I think that's the main thing.
Exactly. And you cannot get everything at all the time, meaning to say you cannot keep doing part-time jobs and also expect
Mm,
to finish the degree on time. That's why we tell to all our students, forget about all these,
mm,
small term, mid-term benefits, look at long-term goals.
mm,
As you
exactly.
rightly pointed out, Monisha, these are all the small objective of this whole interview. People should
Mm,
avoid all these unwanted things. And you said it's difficult. I would like to put it like, challenging. You sit and
yeah.
study, you work hard, same like Monisha, we can complete the degree on time. Because Monisha, I get this question. Even last week, I got this question, sir. I would like you to also answer one more time. People ask me, sir, I am an average student. Can I cope up in Europe? This is what they ask. So, what you would like to tell those students?
If they are like really interested into this field, and if that is something like they wanted to like actually pursue, then probably like they will kind of like work hard and maybe like complete it soon. So it doesn't matter like if you're average or not, like until like you have a really keen interest in the field that you're pursuing. So it doesn't matter like how you were.
Wonderful. And also, we also, as you're currently working in a top company, we used to tell the students, whatever the world is going through right now and whatever the economic situation of some country or the world or any continent, the point here is believe in lack of skills, do not believe in lack of jobs. So, what is your opinion on that?
I mean, like obviously it's a bit tough, but then like if you have the right skills, and probably you shouldn't even worry about the current inflation or the economic situation happening in the world. Like somewhere, something like you should be able to secure. Like if you have the right skills, that's it.
Yeah, this is what we keep telling students, you don't have to think much, or you don't have to even worry about something which is not under your control. Complete your tasks then and there, focus on your skill development, and make use of the opportunity given by your parents so that you make it count. One last question that I wanted to ask you, and many parents also wants to know, during your study time, approximate living expenses that you used to spend in Sweden during your study time, if you could remember. I know it's long time back, just if possible,
I mean,
approximately.
I mean, like now probably like everything has risen, so probably the value that I'm gonna say now might not work for the current scenario. But I would say at that time, like considering it's because like Sweden is one of the most expensive countries
Yeah.
to live in, because of the high tax and high rent facilities. So like you need to put a lot. So I would say like 50,000 per month is what that I spent like 6 years back, six
Okay.
or 7 years back. So now the scenario would have changed.
Okay. I just spoke to a KTH student yesterday. I did an
Mm,
interview with him. He just
mm,
quoted more or less the same amount.
mm,
that's
yeah.
that's I used to think, I studied in Sweden, Monisha, in the year from
Mm,
2007 to 2009. At that
mm,
time, we used to spend close to 13,000-14,000 Indian rupees approximately.
mm.
So, as you rightly said, days pass by, inflation, the costs keep keep rising. Wonderful. And then when it comes to you're currently, how many years you're working after your studies? So it's like,
Um, so it's been more than 5 years.
so you already applied for your permanent residency, or how it is, or
Um,
you're just
I
continuing
got,
with your work permit
no, I got my PR last year,
last
and
year?
I'm planning to apply for citizenship this year, but I
Okay.
don't know. I might have change of mind. Yeah.
Yeah, we never know what's going to happen in the future. So basically, the Sweden, the people, or especially the work-life balance makes you feel uh, more comfortable, which even motivates you to even think of applying for your citizenship. Yes, wonderful. And I guess lastly, it all started, finishing the degree on time and planning everything ahead, so that even though the path was challenging, which I could clearly understand from what you have told, but no pain, no gain, right?
Yeah, yeah.
One last question that I wanted to ask before we sum up this beautiful interview. Anybody watching this particular interview, meaning the young minds, passing out of college or passing out of school, and when they are taking something really challenging topic in their masters, and as long as they are fully committed and interested, they can go for this. What is your opinion?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Like, if that's what they wanted to do, like they can even pursue PhD and also postdoctorate. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not that hard.
it's not that hard. That's what. See, it depends on their interest. If they are not interested, they just came there because their
Mm,
parents told this is not going to work out. And we have seen
mm.
plenty of examples, and you would have also seen plenty of examples in your
Yeah,
own class.
yeah, yeah.
Wonderful. That's why we try to reach out to people like you. We document this. We tell people what are all the challenges, and if they go through these challenges, what will be their benefits. Wonderful. And on behalf of the audience and Europe Study Center members, thank you so much for taking your time out on a. By the way, audience, this is happening on a Saturday. This is actually their leisure time, but taking time out and sharing your experience, we are really, grateful to you. Any last few words before we sum up this interview?
I would just like to advise one thing to to any of you guys wanted to like pursue a master's, like before even like coming to a consultant, and they can just like guide you, like they can ease the admission process, but after that you need to do your own research, like when it comes to like securing a job, like applying in which
Exactly.
domain you need to do it. So not everything can be spoon fed from the consultant point of view. I think like
Absolutely.
that's a bit misconception that a people have or still has.
Exactly. Very rightly said. We are only facilitators, guide them for the right university, apply for this university, and guide you for the visa. They have to reach there, be focused, sit and study and toil hard, get the degree on time, and move forward. This we tell all the students and
Yes.
parents and try to motivate them. But they are only going to do what their mind says, but we have to do
Yeah.
our works properly, which we say. That is why in relation to what you told, we
Mm,
only request students also. We are the only company who tells the student, please don't do part-time, sit and study.
mm,
That is the whole idea of going there. And that is why, even today, sending hundreds and hundreds of students, that's only possible because we at least tell the kids, at least please don't do these things. And they ask us, sir,
mm,
everybody is doing part-time. Why I should not do part-time? Then I say,
yeah.
you are going to do part-time. How much ever brilliant you are, I can slightly challenge you. You are not going to finish the degree on time. And if you're not going to
Mm,
finish degree on time, getting employed also becomes more challenging. That's
mm,
this clarity we give. And thanks for adding
mm,
that particular note. Thank you so much, Monisha. Thank you so much for
yeah.
your time. And I'm sure
Yes.
the points you have shared would enlighten a lot of parents and students. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, for sure. Yeah.